What makes one person command a room, while another gets overlooked? It's not height, not money, not even charisma, it's psychology, silent signals, subconscious games. And whether you know it or not, you're playing or being played, respect. In today's world isn't given, it's engineered the way you walk into a room. The pause before you speak, the calm when others panic. The decisions you make when no one's watching, these are the real triggers of respect. And most people get them wrong. They talk too much, try too hard, shrink themselves to fit in, then wonder why they're ignored. But what if you could flip that? What if you knew the exact psychological switches that trigger immediate authority, status, and presence without saying a word? This video isn't about manipulation, it's about mastery of self, of energy, of power, because the world doesn't respect noise. It respects signal, and these 17 psychological truths, if applied, will make you a presence people can't dismiss. Let's begin. Point 1. Own your space. You don't have to be the tallest person in the room, but you must be the most grounded. People feel energy before they hear words. And when you take up space, with posture, with presence, with stillness, you announce yourself without speaking. Slouched shoulders say, I'm unsure. Fidgeting says, I don't belong. But stillness says, I lead. Here, command presence. Don't borrow it. Own your walk, anchor your feet. Take up the space your confidence deserves. Don't apologize for existing. Don't shrink to make others feel comfortable. You belong wherever you decide to belong. Respect follows certainty, and certainty is shown in how you stand, how you sit, how you move. Your body tells your story before your mouth opens. Make sure it's a story of power too. Master the art of the pause. Most people speak like they're running out of time. You shouldn't. When you rush your words, you broadcast insecurity. But when you pause, you pull people in. Silence isn't weakness, it's power. It says, I speak when I choose, not when you expect. Pausing before you respond? That's control. Letting your words hang in the air? That's dominance. The people who speak slowly, who leave space between their thoughts, they don't just talk. They lead. They don't need to shout, because everyone already leans in. Those who pause control the tempo. Speak like your words matter. Speak like you've already been heard. Let silence do half the talking. It always says more than noise ever could. 3. Don't over-explain yourself. You don't owe everyone an explanation, especially when your choices come from clarity, not chaos. The moment you feel the need to explain yourself too much, you've already lost power. People who command respect don't justify. They state. Confidence doesn't beg to be understood. It just is. Strong walls don't defend themselves. They don't have to. So why are you? When you speak, let your words stand on their own. No backup, no disclaimers. No sorry to bother you when you know what you're about. When your values are non-negotiable, the world adjusts to you. So stop diluting your message. Stop apologizing for your boundaries. And stop trying to convince people of your worth. Show it, live it, be it, and let your silence speak louder than their approval. For make eye contact, then hold it. Respect starts in the eyes. A firm gaze says, I see you, and I'm not afraid. Most people flinch, shift, or glance away, not because they're weak, but because they're untrained. Holding eye contact isn't about intimidation. It's about presence. You don't stare. You don't challenge. You hold. A steady gaze is a mirror, and many people are uncomfortable with what they see in it. If you can look someone in the eye calmly, steadily, without flinching, you send a message. I'm grounded. I'm here, and I don't need to prove it. This is how leaders talk. This is how warriors measure their opponents. This is how respect is earned, in silence, through the eyes. Don't dart. Don't look down. Train yourself to hold, because most people will break before you do. 5. Speak low and slow. Power doesn't shout. It doesn't tremble. It speaks with gravity. The fastest voice in the room is usually the least certain. The slowest voice, that's the one everyone listens to. Speak like you're used to being heard. Lower your tone. Stretch your words just enough. Let each sentence land. Have it think of your voice as weight, not volume. Let it pull, not push. The king never shouts in his court. Because those who hold real power never need to raise their voice. When you speak low and slow, you control the tempo, you create space. You demand attention without ever asking for it. Don't race your thoughts. Don't fill the silence, and don't compete to be the loudest. Instead, be the most certain, because respect doesn't follow noise, follows stillness wrapped in sound. 6. Set boundaries without apology. Respect doesn't begin with charm. It begins with limits. Every time you tolerate disrespect, delay, or dishonesty, you're broadcasting one message: I'm okay with this. Your standards are your reputation. And boundaries are how you build them. A person with no boundaries is a person with no signal. You become background noise, easy to ignore, easy to cross. But when you say no, clearly, directly, without apology, people take notice, because most people fear disapproval more than they value self-respect. You can't control how others act, but you can control what you allow. Cut off what drains you, correct what crosses you. And don't explain your lines, just draw them. The world respects what you protect, not what you tolerate. 7. Use people's names. There's nothing more personal than a name. It's an anchor to identity. When you use someone's name, you signal awareness, presence, control. You're not just speaking, you're connecting. Say it deliberately. Not too often, not too quickly, but with intention. People feel seen when they hear it. And people respect those who see them, because when you make someone feel important, without flattery, without force, you become important in their eyes. Powerful people remember names. And when you say one with calm precision, you shift the dynamic instantly. Respect follows presence. And presence starts with attention. 8. Be calm in chaos. Panic is contagious, but so is pause. In a room full of urgency, the calmest person commands the most power, not by force, but by contrast. Everyone else is noise. You're the still point. Be the eye of the storm, the anchor when things drift, the silence that makes others listen. People don't follow the loudest voice. They follow the most stable one. Stability is power, and the moment you stop reacting, start responding, you shift from participant to leader. You can't control the storm, but you can control your breath, your face, your tone. And that control becomes your weapon. Be the one who doesn't flinch, and you'll be the one they follow. 9. Mirror, but subtle. People trust what feels familiar. And mirroring makes you feel like them. A tilt of the head, a shared rhythm, a matching tone. It's subtle, not mimicry, but echo done right. It builds unspoken rapport. They think, I like this person, but they don't know why. But if you overdo it, it backfires. You become fake, obvious, off. Putting. This is chess, not checkers. Match energy with intention. Mirror to connect, not copy, because when people feel understood, they respect you without question. 10. Say no with final. Let you weak. No is just a soft yes waiting to be pushed. People respect lines they can't move, not ones they can bend. When you say no, mean it. Say it once, calmly, firmly, then stop talking. Don't explain, don't soften it. Don't fidget with guilt. A firm no is a closed door, not an invitation to negotiate. If you hesitate, they'll push. If you defend, they'll challenge. But if you stand still, they'll adjust. This isn't cruelty, it's clarity. The people who get your yes should know it was earned, not extracted. Respect doesn't come from pleasing. It comes from precision. So if you say no, say it like it's final. Because if you backtrack once, you've taught them to ignore you forever. 11. Walk like you have somewhere to be. Your walk tells the world everything before you speak. Hesitate, and people see doubt. Shuffle, and they sense weakness, but move with purpose. They feel power. The way you walk teaches people how to treat you. Every step is a signal. Fast, but not frantic. Calm, but not casual. It's not about rushing. It's about direction. Even if you don't know where you're going, walk like you do, because most people follow confidence, not maps. Head up, shoulders firm, eyes focused. The world watches more than it listens, so move like you matter, because when your steps say, I lead. Respect follows close behind. 12. Use fewer words, more precision. The more you say, the less they hear. Words lose weight when they're thrown everywhere, but when they're sharp, measured, precise, they land. Speak in bullets, not paragraphs. Say exactly what you mean. No filler, no fluff, no nervous over-talking, because when your words are few, they have no choice but to listen. This is how power speaks, with intention, with stillness, with stakes. Cut the disclaimers. Skip the qualifiers, eliminate I just wanted to say. Or I feel like maybe no. Say what matters. Then stop. The loudest person is rarely the leader, but the most deliberate one, always, is. 13. Be unreactive to provocation. Moment you lose your temper, you lose your power. Anyone can shout, anyone can snap, but restraint, that's rare. That's power. In arguments, in criticism, in subtle digs, people will test you. They'll poke, provoke, wait for a reaction, but when you stay still, when your face doesn't flinch, your tone doesn't shift, you win before you speak. Control yourself. Or be controlled. Every outburst is a leak in your power. Every calm response is a wall they can't climb. Let them raise their voice. You lower yours. Let them swing wildly. You don't move because the loudest person in the room is rarely the one in control. The quieter you stay, the more they'll realize who's really in charge. 14. Dress to signal, not impress. Lofts don't make the man, but they do broadcast the mindset. Before you speak, before you're heard, you're seen. Don't dress to impress. Dress to signal confidence, clarity, intention, discipline. Your appearance is the first message you send. Make sure it's deliberate. You don't need expensive. You need intentional, tailored, clean, strong, minimal. Your style should say, I know who I am and I don't need your permission. Every detail speaks. So use it. No logos screaming for validation. No chaos in color or fit. You're not dressing for trends. You're dressing for respect. Wear your identity. Look like the outcome you expect, because before they hear your words, they read your presence. 15. Have something to walk away. Nothing kills respect faster than desperation. When you need nothing, you become untouchable. Power belongs to the person with options, with a world so full they never have to cling. Whether it's a job, a relationship, or a negotiation, the one who can walk away controls the room. The one who needs less commands more. Build your skills, build your wealth, build your mind, so that when a situation disrespects you, you can exit without fear, not in anger, not in drama, but in clarity. This is the posture of power. I want this, but I don't need it. They'll feel it and they'll adjust, because nothing attracts respect like someone who walks away without looking back. 16. Stay mysterious, not empty. There's power in being seen, but not fully known. Oversharing is the new epidemic. People post everything, say everything, explain everything, and in doing so, they lose the edge. But mystery isn't silence. It's selective revelation. You don't need to be cold, just disciplined. Don't reveal everything you feel. Don't explain every move. Don't unload your whole story to be like. Speak less. But when you do speak, make it unforgettable. Leave them wondering, not yawning. Mystique is magnetic, but it only works if there's depth behind the curtain. Be someone they want to know more about, not someone they wish they hadn't asked. Silence is only powerful when there's something behind it. Be that something. 17. Finish strong. Always first impressions open doors. Last impressions close the deal. Anyone can start well, few finish with impact. Whether it's a conversation, a pitch, or a handshake, the ending is what they remember. Don't drift off. Don't fumble the exit. Don't shrink as you leave. And like you started, with presence, clarity, power. Say the last word slowly. Make the last gesture count. Leave them thinking, not checking their phone. Your exit should echo like the exclamation point at the end of your presence. A strong finish tells the world, I don't just arrive, like I matter. I leave like I do too. Don't fade out. Close with certainty, because how you leave is how they'll remember. You dot if this hit you in the gut. Good, that means you're ready. Don't just hear these truths, apply them, live them, and become someone the world can't ignore. Like, subscribe, and own your presence.